field. Lost in the chaos, no grip, no feel. Beat shouting orders, say I'm still checked out. It's a miracle, anything gets it out. Broadcast the circus, can't second guess. What we need, got Star Wars in lace. Nobody knows who's steering this race.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to BSTV. Here we are at Long Beach for the first week of this season 19 of V8ESC supporting SimAbility. I am on my own this evening, no mates as always, and we've got 16 drivers ready to start their season 19 campaign. There's actually a lot more than that signed up, but it's a summer season. We've not done one for quite a few years actually, because and Sir Alan's in the chat. Good evening, Sir Alan. Hope you're doing very, very well, sir. And hopefully I'm going to bring you, or the guys on the track rather, are going to bring you some full-on V8 excitement for the evening. Long Beach is an iconic track for a number of reasons. It's a road circuit, so there's concrete walls everywhere, as you can see from these camera views at the moment. It's also the scene of massive pile-ups on occasion, and because these cars are quite difficult to drive, we end up with more than normal. It is a great circuit, Alan. Yes, absolutely right. Got a good few people watching actually, which is good. Give us a thumbs up if you can. Very much appreciated. I'm going to see if I can find what happened at the end of last season. I shouldn't have changed it over, so it should be showing last season's stuff. It is. So Kenzie Newhoff won the Pro Championship and ran away with the trophy, which he's hopefully now received. It was still in the post the last time I checked, as was the one for Andrea Stefanina in TCR. So Brandon Hawkin finished in second place for Movano Corsa. And Michael Half-Lidderson had a great end to the season, as did his teammate Eric Blixt in third and fourth there, respectively. Team Chimera, Simon Trendle rounding out the top five. It ended up being quite a close battle up until the end, because if you look on the right-hand column there, Kenzie only won by 11 points in the end, and only 63 away from Michael Half-Lidderson as well. So it was a tight affair, and those three guys are in the championship this season, so we can look forward to the same kind of drama that we saw at the end of last season. 6 weeks this championship runs for, and 6 race weeks over the 12 weeks of the official calendar, but 13 rounds, 2 of them tonight, a sprint and a feature. I'll talk more about that in a moment. We are in qualifying, so I'm going to talk fast. Stephen Phillips took the glory for the Cup standings. He's not signed up this season, I don't think, yet. And Daniel Solo finished in second place there, 279 points behind him on the right-hand column. So a dominating time. Right then, let's see what else went on. Team standings, it was Alcantech NHR by Nyman Racing that won by nearly 1,000 points in the end. They had a very solid season, and there should be no reason for them to do otherwise. Just sorting out their trophies for that still at the moment. Driver of the meeting went to Stephen Phillips as well, with Jamie Wilson in second and Brandon Hawkin in third, well, joint second, I suppose you could call it. Logan Jackson's Safe Driver Award went to Kenzie. Not only was he mega quick, he was also mega safe. Same for Eric Blix, same for Bob Woodhouse. and Michael Halfledison and Stephen Phillips, the winner of the BSTV Cup. So all good in those regards. The Fred Bingham Forever Forward Award went to Anton Shoshonkov, who's not signed up this season. 32, just one more overtake than Kenzie Newhoff. So that's worth shouting about in anybody's book. So let's have a look at what we've got going on for you this evening, folks. We'll have a look at what's going on in, qualifying. At the moment, Brandon is top of the pile there. I'll give you a track map so you can see the shape of this track. And we'll jump on board with somebody in a moment, and let's go and find somebody to run on board with. That's Eric going into the start of the fountain, the scene of many crashes. Let's do it. See if we can do a lap with Brandon when he makes his way around here, and I'll try and do a Jay Corley style track introduction. It won't be anywhere near as good as his, of course. As we approach this final hairpin here, which is probably the sharpest hairpin I've ever seen on a track. And that's very nicely navigated there by Brandon. And down the back straight or shoreline we go. Through Bridgestone, which is this right-hand turn. You want to stay as far right as you can here, ideally. Let the car drift out, but you're going to get over to that right-hand side again, but not too far over, because that's pit lane exit there. Those double blue tram lines will get you a penalty. Shed all your speed, take a lot of curb if you can, and then straight through here to the fountain. This one, hug it kind of tight, straighten the car up, stay left, drop a gear going into here, yep, back to second, fire it up the hill, do not shift up, cut as much of this as the track will allow, but there is, a bit of counter steering there, and he's parked it, he didn't like that at all. Where's Kenzie while all this is going on? Can I find a car, which was around about where we were, let me have a think, let's go for, we'll go for Eric. Eric will do as good, won't he? We are halfway through this qualifying session, I should say. So usually if they're not up on the lap, they'll abandon it, get some new tyres, fresh set of fuel, a low tank, of course, and then do it all again. So here we go. This is about where we were, coming up the hill here. Take as much of this turn as you can here, and then fire it towards Takata turn. I think that's how you say that. Right over to the right hand side, and then you want a very, very late apex if you can get it, and then pull it across the track as early as you can to get the wheels in line, and then turn it into this right hander, which it can catch you out on both sides, that one. If you ping the inside, you're dead. If you ping the outside, you're pretty much toast, and you're going to get collected by everybody. Down Seaside Way here into Firestone, and again, be greedy on that curb. Straighten the car up as soon as you can, a bit of turning left to turn right here, and then round this everlasting Indy left-hander back into this ridiculous hairpin. Try and straighten the car up, try not to knock your hands up, and then fire it down. Pit lane entry is a bit lethal here in the second of tonight's races, but it won't feature, hopefully, for anybody in the first of tonight's races, and that is a lap. A good dramatic circuit, this one. Not a lot of time, apart from where Eric is pulling up right now, where you can get some time to think, because all the other turns seem to come at you quite quickly, and because it is technical and because you've got no runoff, the walls come at you very, very quickly. You've not got a lot of reaction time, and you've got to plan well in advance, so it's an exhausting track for anybody racing. Yura says, can't wait for this. Had a TCR race yesterday here. Walls were hit. Yes, they usually are. Finally had to go on these on demo drive. Way too much car at the moment. Really makes me appreciate the skill of these drivers. Honestly, these guys are brilliant. And for anybody else looking at joining V8s, this is the place to learn your craft. These cars don't have any of the assists of other series. No ABS, no traction control. Just you and the machine wants to kill you at it's dangerous at both ends and crafty in the middle. It just wants to hurt you. It's an unforgiving beast, as Vincent in his very, very resplendent Skilby racing, he's winding up for a really good shoreline, and he's going to get it doing that. That's a good strategy to use there. Somebody going into the pits there in the background. Find out who that is. We've got a few new drivers to the series as well, so great that we're still attracting people along the route. Vegard Johansson, who I've got as a privateer, but he's definitely in JC Academy colours, so I'll just change that now for everybody. That's probably an error that I've made. Let me just go and find him. Vergard. Let's go JC Academy here. JC Academy, right. And then I need to OK that, don't I? Otherwise it won't register. There we are. So he'll now come through on all your graphics eventually as a JC car. There is a Lars Erik Fredenlund. I'm going to go with that, Fredenlund. He is the green car that's just behind Simon's car there. I think that's Simon's anyway. So we've got two classes of car in this. You'll see it in the top left corner. If they're in blue, it means they are in the Pro Series and win their own trophy. The rest of them in the black are in the BSTV Cup Championship. So 2 trophies to race for. Even worse when you realise how fast they're travelling. Yep. These cars are no slouches. I'm trying to think of a decent way to get to see that. Let's go on car number 8. Oh no, 7. Where's Vit? Oh, Fit's pulling up. I want to see what's on the bonnet of that car eventually tonight. Let's have a look at Daniel Solo. He's rapid. Although he might be going to pits, is he? No, he's going for it. So you can you see the speed on that thing or not? 190, 200, and 30, and 40. Ks, this is obviously, and 50 and 60, and now shed all of that speed because you don't need it anymore in order to turn in here whilst the car is bucking and broncoing underneath you to try and murder you. It really does teach you everything. Throttle control, steering input. Don't put more than you need in, and do not go beyond a certain point and gas the car because the back end wants to race you. There you go, see, exactly like that. He's controlled that well. You end up with the reactions of a cat. The only problem I had was that the cat had been drugged because I crashed a lot. I want to see what's on that car. That's another new logo for Vit Solomon. Momo Metal. That must be the next band that we're looking at, is it? Right, okay, I'll be downloading those later. So, in the qualifying session, Eric Blixt is currently your provisional poleman. Everybody else who's on a lap right now, you won't get to do any more laps because we're in a heat race on iRacing, and as soon as it hits 15, you are out of the session. We're all out of the session, it just stops it. So at the moment, Eric Blixt is your provisional poleman, and everybody else has got about a minute and a half to do something with the laps that they are on. Brandon Hawkins trying to do something that's spectacular. They're going to have to do a lot because Eric's was purple in sectors 2. Ooh. Sectors 2 and 3, that might actually get him an incident point. If the first one didn't, then the second one might. That's Kenzie into the wall. He's in 4th at the minute, current reigning champion of the series. So we've got a 20-minute race, folks. 1 fast repair. You'll get a drive-through for every 15 incident points that you incur around the track. And every 15 incidents will get you another drive-through. Hopefully nobody has to experience that. In the second of tonight's races, we will reverse the top 8 and we will go racing again for 40 minutes, where a pit stop is pretty much guaranteed from everybody unless you've got a solar powered car. There are some people who drive those, one of them being Simon Trendle. He's parked his though. Vit Solomon has been good with fuel saving over time. Don't know about Brandon Hawkins, can't remember. Ooh, he didn't get to finish that lap. So that's what I was meaning about this being a heat race. It will absolutely boot you as soon as that clock ticks over. And as we go into our next race, I will extend gridding when somebody joins the track. There's Lars. We'll get a camera on him, shall we? Right, there we go. Extend gridding. Right, I'll do names. Well, I can do names and teams in this one. We don't have that many drivers. So, Eric Blixt will lead us away tonight for Alcantech NHR by Nyman Racing. Brandon Hawkins will take his Movano Corsa V8 off on the front row next to him. Bob Woodhouse for Never Quit Racing will go off 3rd. Kenzie New off for Hydro Race Racing Forces off 4th. If their number is in yellow, by the way, it means they're a previous champion of this series. Tony Kloosterman will go off 5th. Simon Trendle off 6th. Vit Solomon off 7th. Jamie Wilson off 8th. Vincent Skilby for Skilby Racing will go off in 9th. Sorry, Jamie was for Team Chimera. Vagard Johansson for JC Academy will go off 10th. Ant Woodward for Never Quit Racing will go off 11th. Daniel Solo for Alcantech NHR by Nyman Racing will go off 12th. 13th will be Jeff Saunders for JC Academy. Lars Erik Friedenlund will go off 14th. Richard Lawrence will go off 15th. And 16th will be Josh Taylor. Okay, I was waiting for people to grid. They will delay themselves joining the grid in these V8s because of tyre temps. Evening to Jeff Saunders. Welcome to the chat, and you should be on track. This one's going to be quite a dramatic start up to that first very congested left-hand turn. Which I think is called Toyota. Yeah, I've just checked it. It is called Toyota. Not got everybody gridded yet. Kenzie and Daniel Solo yet to grid. Kenzie notorious for leaving everybody waiting until the last second. There he is. Right. I'm going to focus on Bob Woodhouse. He's in 3rd there at the moment. We'll see how we get on with these races. In fact, I know Bob Woodhouse has got paint on the website, so I don't know why it's not showing on here. Or is it? Oh, it is showing on here. It's fine. Right then, when the 5 lights go out, folks, we will be racing at Long Beach. It didn't leave them at all, and Kenzie did not get away. The 2 front cars certainly did, and Eric's gone. Right, Simon Trendle is tucked up underneath Kenzie's rear wing. Ooh, there's a bit of intimacy in that lot. Jamie Wilson's done well. He's had to give up a position to Vit there, and they're going in too wide into the fountain here. Vit needs to get across, and he's managed to. And everybody seems to be through, so well done everybody. These sort of things are not easy. Neither is keeping your car straight, Brandon. Right then, off we go, folks. Let's choose a wider angle lens, shall we? That's a good view, isn't it? Seeing all these monster V8s piling round. Kenzie now has got himself sorted out after a slow start, I would call it. He didn't lose any positions in the end, but still a slow start. Who lost out the most? Tony Klusterman. Not sure what happened to him off the start, but he's dropped 6 places. He's got work to do now. Oh, that was someone into the wall there. I think that was Ant Woodward. It was. Got it all wrong at the end of Shoreline. No, Seaside. Everybody, it's almost like they're at a junction with a give way. Everybody's like, no, after you. Yeah, I'll wait for you, it's fine. Nobody wants to wreck their cars this early on in a 20-minute race. Alan says, good luck. I think all of them might need it. Oh, I can hear crunching metal at the front here. I don't know whether that's phantom metal. Sometimes hear that from cars. Some of them just clip the wall ever so slightly and it sounds like they've just minced the entire thing. So Daniel Solo chasing Vagard Johansson at the moment. If I ratings are anything to go by, these two are fairly well balanced. We know that they're not though. Not in league racing anyway. Right, let's see what else is going on in the world. And I forgot that I need to join the live booth. If we can't even find the live booth, there we go, I'm in it now. Right, okay. Off we go, racing for another lap. This will be the completion of lap 2. And that's a nice line from Kenzie there. He's not shredding the tyres so much if you take a wider line through it. And it meant that you could get a much more wide approach to that hairpin, so good strategy there. Not sure why Vincent's shallow on the exit of Shoreline, well, into Shoreline there. And ahead, we've got... Ooh, hang on, I can hear all that crunching again. I think I'm just going to have to ignore it. I don't believe any of it. Although there is a slowdown on your screen, that's what that yellow flag is for Simon Trendle. No, it's for Vit, sorry, I read my screen wrong. he's going to have to get rid of that somewhere. Usually it's just deviate off the racing line a little and then try and shed it that way. But he's up a place, as is everybody, up backwards to Tony Klusterman, who's in the red and black car of Never Quit Racing, just here. Right, now Vincent's got rid of it. But he's backing himself up now into these two, which is Vergaard, Johansson and Vincent Skilbeck. No, Daniel Solon. And now, further forward, Kenzie has got very, very racy here with Bob Woodhouse. So all your top 5 are the pro drivers, all of them. And the BSTV is headed up by Vit Solomon at the minute. So the split is about as accurate as it could ever be between Pro and BSTV Cup. A gorgeous spectacle, says Sir Alan Tuna. Didn't even know you could see me. Right. Brandon Hawkin for Movano Corsa is being hounded now by Eric Blixt. We're paired up at the front here. Well, that was a lot of lift, actually, for Brandon's car off that curb. And behind, Kenzie has gone door to door. Oh, right, so Bob's let him go. He didn't want anything to do with that at all. Not this early in the race, I would think. Daniel Solo. Good line through there. All 3 of those cars, actually. Where's Daniel gone? Bit of a sketchy connection, maybe. Got to watch it these days. Too low a connection in iRace and will just spit you out. And yeah, wonderful, colourful liveries, says Alan. You're absolutely right. They do a wonderful job, these guys with these cars. Even though they're in the same teams, they may not always be in the same colours. So Bob Woodhouse here, for instance, is in the grey version. Ooh, what's happened to... Oh, dear. Right, now we've got a bit of a car park going on here. We'll just see what happened there. Let's see. Is this going to show me what this is? I think this is something else. So we're about to watch a crash by Lars. Oh, he's gone straight on into the wall, is he? Doff. Right, that's how he ended up there. But that's not what we want to look at. We want to look at this, I think. Right, yeah, this is it. So making our way around the NASCAR turn. Daniel gets nearly alongside the JC Academy car of Vergaard. Oh, and then, yeah, kind of, there's a bit of solid air in it. Vergaard comes off very much worse at that point, but then Daniel lets everybody go. So he did T-bone him a bit, but there was a bit of solid air involved in that. Okay, let's go back to the live racing again. Make sure you've retained your... No, you haven't, you see. Track map and battle box. Doesn't always like to do it, does it? Right, I'll put that little bit in the bottom corner as well so you can see who I'm focused upon. Right, Jeff Saunders of JC Academy chasing down Richard Lawrence. That's a nice paint job too. Lawrence boys racing. Like that. Very nice. Jeff in the green version of the JC Academy cult car. I mean, yeah, whatever. Daniel Solo in the orange version of the Alcantech and HR by Nyman Racing, and he's got a lot of damage at the front of that car now. That'll be doing nothing for his slipstreaming, his aero, any of that. That's not going to work at all. In fact, Tony Klusterman, further back than he was because he got stuck right behind the whole thing. He's got damage at the front now too. I was going to say it's a good way for him to get through the field again, but it's not, is it? Because he's back there. Vincent with a slowdown again. Was it him before? I think no, it was Vic before, wasn't it? Right, let's have a look at the front. So Brandon has got himself a gap of 1 whole second. Like manna from heaven, having a 1 second gap in this series. And here comes, well, Kenzie for a look at least. Oops, wrong camera. There we go. Simon Trendle trying to bridge the gap, but he's got 2.5 seconds to the boot of Bob Woodhouse's car. And it's Kenzie really that we should focus upon. He's taking a lovely wide angle on that shoreline, driving into whatever that one's called, like Bridgestone or something. Little taps on the wall all the way through. Little taps and scrapes are fine, but big hits are not, obviously. Right, Tony Kloosterman now. Maybe it is working out for him finally. Closing in on the back of Daniel's car. Yeah, here he comes. So Tony's going to have to do something with this Mustang in front of him, the orange Mustang in front of him. He's going to have to work himself out and overtake from somewhere. Carrying corner speed in these cars is more difficult than you can imagine. It's a fine line, a proper tightrope between carrying too much and not carrying enough. And not carrying enough sounds safe, but it's not, because that destabilizes the car just as much as taking too much speed in. So these 4 cars are part of the same battle. Just outside the top 10, the coveted 8th place is currently in the hands of Vincent Skilbeck at the moment. That will be the reverse one. So Alan says that hairpin is tight in my MX-5. A V8 feels huge trying to hug that line. Yeah, it's difficult. The turning circle on these things isn't fantastic. You've kind of got to use the gas to rotate the car, which sounds dangerous because you'll overheat tyres and stuff, but these guys have got the heel toe. You have to blip these cars as well on downshifts. So if you don't, the car will snap on you and the back will try and overtake the front. Less so these days. Though. These cars are slightly easier to recover than the Gen 2 cars were. These ones will at least give you the options of trying to straighten the car up first. The other ones never used to. So. But the physics are still the same. It may give you a little bit extra opportunity to straighten the car up, but it's not a lot. And Brandon Hawkins' lead has gone, or pretty much gone. It's now under a second. He's got that over Eric Blixt and then Kenzie. So we've got 5 different teams in the top 5 places, all pro cars. Kenzie having a good look. Oh, right, and Tony trying to go around the outside of Daniel. He's going to get this done because the outside line here gets you all that extra drive. Well done, Tony. Nice move. We'll watch that. Again, let's have a look at this. So, just working away at the gap. And then, if you're on the right-hand side of the car here, you saw what happened to Daniel before, where he got a lot of wheel spin, and that was an opportunity for Tony to get alongside, and that outside line gets you so much better drive off the corner. Very nicely worked out there from Tony Kloosterman. We've still got our graphics, which is just, I don't know what SDK does, you know, it just makes it up as it goes along. I think that's Lars. Oh no, it's not. So who's that up there in front of the leaders? Or was I making it up? No, I was making it up. So Brandon Hawkins. Oh, right, we're going too wide here. Now, room needs to be given. The outside line should be the better launch, and it is ever so slightly. Let's have a look at this from the nose of Kenzie's car. He's going to want to get this done now because we're over halfway through the race. Tyres are going to get sketchier. He's given a little bit of a bump, and he's in the wall himself, so that might not have worked out well for him. He's on the outside. You never want to be on the outside of here because the outside wall comes at you fast. He's back on it, gives himself a lovely approach into the next couple of turns, but there's no real overtaking opportunity here. You'd have to be suicidal to do anything. Lots of curb from both of them, late on the gas from both of them as a result. This curb can kick the back end of the car up, so when you get on the gas, you've got to watch it. And off down the straight we go. Just going to have a look at what Lars-Erik Fradlund is doing. Closing in on Josh Taylor for JC Academy ahead. Nicely taken turn there. Nicely taken turn 1 from Lars Eric. Right, let's go and have a look at what's going on here now, because I don't think Kenzie's going to wait too much longer. Although Eric's great on the brakes, look. He's going to try and duck to the inside, but Eric's covered that off. And he's going to try and do a cutback here, is he? Yep. But the outside line will always be the godly line round there, so something needs to be done in a different order. There's Tony Kloosterman's closing in on the next car now. Maybe he should drive with damage more often. I think he would argue he probably does, but tonight it's working out nicely for him. So let's keep an eye on these times in the top left corner of your screen. The more red you get, the closer the cars are together. Tony's vast experience and shed loads of pace. He really does at the minute. This is very, very healthy from Tony Kloosterman. He'll argue he's well out of position, which he is, but nevertheless doing a good job of recovering the situation. Oh, right, that's Richard Lawrence deep into that turn, and that means everybody Constantina's up, and they're all over one another now, or all over him rather. That's all the mistakes you need in these cars. I have to switch to have a look at what Kenzie's doing, because he's back in the tow. He's going to show his nose again, because he's going to show himself large in the mirrors. Try and put the car in front off. Then a bottleneck forming here, and Bob Woodhouse is on these two now as well, so some of this almost chess-like manoeuvres from these two is bringing Bob Woodhouse closer to the party as we go into the final 5 minutes of this first race. That's how quickly these things go. You have to look at this group again, because I think this is going to come to the boil soon. Tony a bit misshapen getting in, and wheel spinning coming out. That's not going to do him any good. A little bit over enthusiastic on the go pedal there. Right then. What can Kenzie do, if anything? Brandon Hawkin is your race leader. He's led the whole race. And he's got a 2-second lead now because of what's going on behind him. That's from Ivano Corsa, and then these guys romping along behind. That was Kenzie nudging the wall with his hip. And again. And so does Bob Woodhouse, using all the track. Oh, what's happened to Josh? I have to have a look at why Josh crashed very quickly, in the hopes of not missing anything else. So that was Lars through on him, and he's sent it down the inside. Can't get it stopped. Ooh. Yeah, there's nothing that Lars is going to do with that. He would have been completely unsighted. And that's all on Josh, I'm afraid, off the racing line. And still, oh, he's got problems now because he's got damage. Right, let's go and have a look at the battles. He's probably not got any turny righty, only turny lefty. So that might get from bad to worse. He probably wants to pit the car just to get the free repair, turn his tyres and his fuel off, and get in and get a nice shiny. Oh, is that T? Great combo. Well, yeah, track and car, absolutely. Thought you'd been in it this season. Right then, Tony to the inside. Can he get it stopped? He can. Can he get back on the gas enough to keep Jeff behind him? He can. Nice move. Oh, he's got steering issues. I think his tyres are mega hot after that braking effort into Toyota. So he's going to have to cool those things down. His rears are a bit hot now as well. This is where the action's at, deep into the cup. I'm sure they're all having a great deal of fun. And Tony is pulling away from these guys now, showing his speed and his finesse. And he's got Richard Lawrence in front of him now. So round we go again for the leaders. And how long is a lap? Now we're going to get this plus one more. There won't be any white flag yet. As Ant Woodward has overtaken, or is overtaking rather, Vincent. Now, where did that come from? Vincent looked like he was all on his own at one point. And maybe going to repay the favour very shortly. Vincent, an extremely experienced V8 driver. So let's see how that overtake was manufactured out of what I thought was nothing. Oh no, he's just closed him down. Oh, and this time the cut back and the shallow line is better. Okay, nicely done. Well done. Right then, these two still doing this dance. Watching Brandon Hawkin disappearing off into the distance. Somebody's got to slow down. Daniel Solo. Cannot be closer here. Yeah, go on, says Alan. Absolutely. Right, overspeed here for Kenzie. Now, Eric's going to go shallow on this. He's left racing room. These guys do race very well together. They are each looking for a mistake from the other. Kenzie's wild on the brakes, and how he gets it stopped, I've no idea. It's not worked out for him in that little sequence. Brandon will pick up the white flag at the end of this lap. This is not the closest battle on track at the moment. Oh, Tony got through on Richard very quickly. We might have a watch of that very quickly, just because we might not get to see it, because the heat races remove my ability to look back at what happened in the previous race immediately. So, right, well, lovely opportunistic move from Tony Kloosterman. That's one for the record book for him. That's nice. This is the tightest battle on track at the moment, but we do need to watch Brandon. Has he taken the checker? He has, sorry, yes, it wasn't one more lap. This was the last lap. My apologies. I've never had that right in my life. Eric came over second, and Kenzie had to stay bottom step of the podium for this one. Bob Woodhouse and Simon Trendle over the line in order. Don't forget, everybody that's racing, you can still get incident points, because until the last car crosses the line, it's still counting them. Ooh, right, this is going to be a bit of a drag race, but I think it's going to finish in the order that you can see already. Maybe. What can Daniel do about it? Not a lot. We've still got Lars, Eric, Frydenlund making his way around, as we have with Josh Taylor. Let's see what state of car Josh is in at the minute. Oh, he's in the new the redesigned version of whatever that was. I think it was a Camaro. Yeah, it was. He's gone for the extra cooling option. But the extra cooling comes at the sacrifice of no downforce, which is why he's experiencing some of these issues. Over the line he comes. 16th still gets you a massive bag of points in this series, though. He'll be happy about that later in the series, I have no doubt. Right, folks, we go for a short break at the moment, so I'll run you through the finishing order for the first race here of season 19 V8ESC supporting SimAbility. Brandon Hawkin brought home the glory for Movano Corsa. Eric Blix was second for Alcantech NHL by Nyman Racing. And third was Kenzie Newhoff, rounding out the podium there for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Bob Woodhouse was fourth for Never Quit Racing, and Team Chimera's Simon Trendle was fifth, and that finishes off the pro standings. Vit Solomon was your BSTV Cup winner in that race. Jamie Wilson followed him over the line some way back, 5 seconds back, for Team Chimera. Ant Woodward finished 8th for Never Quit Racing and rounds out the BSTV Cup podium. Well done to all three of them. Great performance. Vincent Skilbeck was 9th for Skilby Racing. Vegard Johansson Vegard E. Johansson was 10th for JC Academy. Tony Klusterman was 11th for Never Quit Racing. 12th. Wait, oh yeah, Kenzie's number is yellow. It's just very, very thin. 12th was Richard Lawrence III. Jeff Saunders was 13th for JC Academy. Alcantech NHR by Nyman Racing's Daniel Salo finished 14th. Lars Erik Frydenlund finished 15th. And Josh Taylor finished 16th for JC Academy. Right, we're going to get the reverse 8. Reverse 8. In this second of tonight's races, which will mean that Ant Woodward we should see starring on pole position. They do have just a few minutes, so it's 10 minutes that I give this one these days, of warm-up in between races. That allows people to sort out their starts, their pit lane entries potentially. You do see quite a lot of people joining the track to do some of these things. Brandon Hawking out here, and sometimes they do it to test out the new racing conditions, because with iRacing moving time along, so it sometimes affects the temperature of the track. So the track temperature is a scorching 42 degrees here at Long Beach. Ambient temperature, air temperature 23. Doesn't show you humidity on the graphics that I have at my availability, so yeah. Woody says, "Uh-oh." That's funny. Right, so although the way that I set up sessions, nobody ever knows whether I've done it right or not, so it might be a bit of a lottery what the number of reverses in this one. So we'll only know in about 9 minutes. So on the chat, let us know what you enjoyed. I mean, some of Tony Klusterman's overtakes I think were masterful, really good. And there you go. You see Brandon getting his pit lane entry. Technically wrong. He got through the first bit of the gate and then slammed it into the outside wall. So he's had to reset the car anyway. A few cars coming out though. Some of them will be practicing starts. And if you had a nightmare of a start, Kenzie, for instance, you might want to do some practice starts on one of the back straights or something. A few of these guys will come out and do multiple pit lane practices. Pit lane exit is really dangerous here, and speeding on exit is also going to get you a full-on punishment. I think it's a 40-second stop and hold, so it's a bit brutal. Don't forget, folks, these guys get one fast repair each race, and up to 15 incidents before they have to do a drive-through, and every time they do that, they will get another drive-through. So Brandon's set his stall out for everybody by winning the first race. What can everybody else do? And does anybody on the chat have any favourites for winning this series? There's a lot of drivers not here this evening that have signed up. Like I said, there's 25, I think it is, signed up to the series, so we're missing 9 for various different reasons. Shopping, I think, was the holiday shopping was the worst one. I won't tell you who that was. You'd have to be in Discord to find out. Yeah, it is summer. We expect lower grid numbers. I'm not concerned by it. It's the same every time we do it, and like I say, we've not done a summer season in V8s for that reason for quite a long time. Tony Klusterman going again. Brandon in the pit lane and stopping the car. He's actually done it right this time. Spotting his pit box as best he can. Bob Woodhouse giving it some revs, but the car isn't rolling yet, so we'll stay watching Tony Klusterman. But 13 rounds, folks. I'll walk you through what the series has got for you in season 19. So obviously you know where we are right now. We're at Long Beach for a sprint feature. Then we go to Mount Panorama, Bathurst, for an endurance race in 2 weeks' time on July 18th. Then we've got a super sprint, so 3 20-minute races, exactly like the one you've just watched, on August 1st. August 15th, 2 weeks later, we see a Watkins Glen sprint feature, so the same format as you've got this week. Then we've got Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, which obviously Tony Klusterman and any of the other Canadians will want to be at. That's on the 29th of August. And then we've got a weird thing going on. We've got a 3-week break, and our last race is in week 13, and that's on September 12th at Sandown for another super sprint, so 3 20-minute races. So lots to look forward to, and at the start of this season, everything to race for. You can never discount previous champions. Actually, you're onto a very, very strong point there, Alan. This series, as you can tell from the coloration of the numbers, we've only got 3 previous winners in this series, even though we've got 19 seasons behind us. That's because the good ones are great, if that makes sense. Such is the case of Tony here, and of course Simon Trendle, and then you've got Kenzie, who's he's too good to do practice laps, so he's not on track at the moment. So Tony will be the first one to get round to pit road. I think he's just turning laps, but we'll jump on board the nose of his car. In fact, we'll get on board with him and see if he actually does peel off to the pits. Let's give us a track map as well, so that I can see who else is out there. The only one that's out there is the one that's put the time on the board, so Tony Klusterman is the only one showing at the moment. You have to do a lap before SDK shows you where they are. Brilliant, thanks SDK. Right then, practicing this ridiculous hairpin. And he's going again. Where's Ant? Ant's at the start of the lap. Simon is making his way round on the back straight at the minute. And here comes, see, that's how bad the pit lane entry is. And there's the cones. Thank you, Jamie, for demonstrating the lethality of pit lane entry at this track. It's just off this corner, and you've got to really aim for the gap. You can still gas it all the way to here, but you've got to get your speed off by the yellow cones that you've just passed. So this is probably one of the most challenging ones, in a different way to like Bathurst or Laguna Seca, which are just horrendous, twisty, tight entry into pit lane. This one holds a different challenge. There's other ones around the world, like Knockhill, for instance. You're uphill trying to shed speed. You can't necessarily see the cones from where you're driving. Position is, and that's got its own series of challenges. But let's have a look and see what happens here. Aim for the gap, pray, keep on the gas, and then shed it. Don't speed into that bit. And that was pretty good. That was Ant Woodward in pit lane entry perfection shocker. Jeff Saunders, is he going to also try 4-1 here? Yes, he is. Very nicely done. And hopefully got his speed down appropriately. You can see how much they want to practice this, because if you get it wrong, one of 2 things will happen. You'll ruin your own race, but if there's a lot coming in with you, you may end up ruining a whole bag full of people's races. So it is worth doing. Right, we're going to have a look at the bonnet of this car, because I want to see it. Wrong one. This one. What is that on the bonnet? It's another one of the Japanese metal bands. Honestly, the ones that he's had already, they've been really good. I've liked them. See it there? Very nice. Good paint jobs from Solomon. And the same if he was on track for Vincent. But he's not on track, so there you go. Right. Some refreshments. Right, this session's gone checkered. So whatever Vit was thinking, he's not going to be able to do it, because we are gone in, well, about now, actually. There we go. It's as if I knew what was going to happen in a Pete being right first time shocker. Right, I'll bring you the grid as soon as, so I'll start talking about the grid as soon as, it is Ant Woodward. I did the session right. Right, we'll focus on Vergard, and I'll extend gridding, which will give me time to go. Ant Woodward will be your poleman for the first of our feature races this season for Never Quit Racing. Jamie Wilson will join him on the front row for Team Chimera. Vit Solomon will go off in 3rd place with that wonderful paint job. Simon Trendle will go off 4th behind his own teammates. That should be interesting. for Team Chimera. Bob Woodhouse will go off 5th for Never Quit Racing. Kenzie Newhoff will go off 6th. Current reigning champion, Kenzie Newhoff, will go off 6th for Hydro Race Racing Forces. He had a bog over start last time, so let's see what he does this time. Eric Blixt will go off 7th for Alcantech NHR by Nyman Racing, and Brandon Hawkin will go off 8th for Mivano Corsa. Vincent Skilbeck will go off 9th for Skilby Racing, with Vagard E. Johansson off 10th for JC Academy. Tony Klusterman off 11th for Never Quit Racing. Richard Lawrence III off 12th. And 13th will be Jeff Saunders for JC Academy. Daniel Solo will go off 14th for Alcantech NHR by Nyman Racing. And Lars Erik Fredenlund will go off 15th. And 16th will be Josh Taylor for JC Academy. One thing to note, everybody that joins a V8 race, they're brutal, these cars. And as such, you should not get jaded by the fact that on your first, I don't know, season, if you end up in the wall or like crashing a lot, that is V8 racing at the start of it. You will develop the skills to be safer over time. And you can apply those skills to any other car on the iRacing service and in any other, in inverted commas, game. So, do not get overfaced by this car. Right, I'm focused on Jamie at the minute. Let's see what Jamie can do with that Chevrolet Camaro. And he's got his teammate behind him. He's going to want to do a whole shot on Ant Woodward. Equally, Ant Woodward is going to want to keep that Team Chimera car behind him. And when the lights go out, folks, 40 minutes of racing with a guaranteed pit stop, most likely.
Green flag.
And we're gone. And Ant did not go. And Jamie's done him already. And Vit's having a sniff as well. So, ooh, how many wide? So, yeah, Jamie's away. Oh, no! Oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, that's not good.
The yellow flag is out.
We are block trackage, so do not reset your cars if you're listening in the race. Do not reset your cars. Make your way round and pit. If the pit lane is closed, do not enter. I don't know whether anybody on the broadcast who's racing can tell everybody, especially the new drivers, circulate round. Because if you reset the car, you will be additionally punished by time. It's better to nurse your car around. So it gives us time, folks, to have a look at what caused that. Right, let's have a look, because that was getting very seriously messy. So we're looking at Vit on the outside, on the left-hand side of your screen. Oh, right. So Vit was about as far left as he could be. We'll watch that again from a different perspective. Okay, let's have a look at that again. Let's have a look, and we'll go for a different camera. Go for this one. So Vit on the outside. I mean, racing incident, I would suggest, but the amount of cars that got hit and damaged was extreme. Well, it's the first feature race of the season, folks, so if there's ever going to be a race where we're going to get some incidents, this would be it. Right, so where's Jamie? So we've got an old Team Chimera start to the rerun anyway. So I'll be waiting to pick up the pace car. It's only a 1 minute 20 lap ordinarily, so I don't think we'll be under caution for too long. Hopefully the pits are open, because it is NASCAR rules for these yellows, by the way. For anybody new to any series on a road course in iRacing, sometimes the yellow flag rules don't always reflect what you'd expect to see in a standard road race. So pit lanes can be shut at the strangest of times and will punish you in the strangest ways. Now, Vit Solomon is already in the pit, so is he? Oh, I'm still on replay. Yeah, I'm still on replay. Foolish boy. Right, let's have a look. Oh, he's in the pits. He's made his way round and in the pits. Right, okay. If I'm being honest, has he gone into a closed pit? Or was the pit available to him by the time he got round? I think maybe the earlier cars, like Bob Woodhouse here, who's... no, it's not Bob Woodhouse. That's Ant Woodward. Right, yeah, of course. So, obviously Ant Woodward will visit the pits, but it must have been closed on first pass. So in theory, we should see a few people dip in here. I mean, it's probably worth taking the fuel and leave the tyres and fix the car. It's a fast repair, so there is no time. It's like jumping into the spare car, folks. Ant was slow away, Alan says. He really was, and I think that was the catalyst for a lot of it. Not saying he was to blame. I think it was just, you know, lap one bunching of two cars. Nobody steered into one another necessarily. It was more drifting, thinking that they were in the right places at the right times. So Ant's gone to the pits. I'm certain there'll be more. Yeah, Kenzie. Now, Kenzie being in the pits, you think, oh no, one of the front runners. Honestly, Kenzie is one of those people who you know can make it back to the front. Oh, there's quite a few in the pits. Right, okay, you can see it on your screens. I'm not going to go, well, I'll go through them all. Ant Woodward, Kenzie, Tony, Jeff, and Brandon got caught in that. Right, wow. Oh, wow, did he? Yes, he did. He's driving half a car. Okay. Oh, and what's going on? All right, yeah, it's just because they're in the pit lane. I thought they were on the track. I was like, why is he aiming at him? Right, so these must be all the clean, in inverted commas, cars. Has Vitt pulled an absolute blinder? Did he slow down enough that pit lane became available to him? Because he didn't get penalised. So I think he's gained like 5 positions, potentially. Or maybe not, he's getting shuffled, isn't he? Or is he finding gears? No, he's waiting for people to pass. Right, okay. Very cool. And then Brandon is going to emerge. So some of the fastest racers have ended up at the back. You know what that means, folks? For those of us watching, this restart is going to be brilliant. Because we've got the fastest racers at the back. Can't ask for more from a BSTV broadcast, can you? And how on earth has Daniel Solo got a slowdown? He's got rid of it now, obviously, because look at the speed of them, but still. So we're going to see one more lap after this under caution, folks. As I said, we are under NASCAR rules, and Vitt has been shuffled to the back by iRacing, and that might be the reason that we're going again for another lap, but we'll see. So we should have been doing about 30 laps. My insider genius has informed me before the race, so obviously we're going to cut that down now by a number of laps. We've been under caution for 5 minutes, so we've wiped out 3 laps at least. So we'll be running for 27, so maybe the cars that pitted just there, maybe they have the juice to get to the end of the race. Certainly with some fuel saving, I reckon it's going to be possible. Maybe it's possible for every car in the field now to do that. So answers on a postcard, because you know how stupid I am. I really don't know who's got the advantage. What a feast in prospect. Chimera looking hood. I know that means good. From Sir Alan. Yeah, they've got the control positions at the moment. Right. As this Porsche comes over the line here, we should see those lights go out. So, whilst it is sometimes a little bit of a boring exercise, I can assure you, once that car peels off, there you go, lights are out. Once that car peels off, we are in for a very exciting race. So, Simon Trendle got away with not being involved in it. He's probably the fastest racer able to save enough fuel to get to the end. Bob Woodhouse is with him there though in 4th. Where's the next? Eric Blixt in 5th as well. So we've got 3 in the top 5 that will go to the end with fuel saving potentially, but Kenzie and Brandon and maybe even Tony. Oh, why have we got cars in pits? Were they not allowed to pit until this lap? Or has Vitt gone in again? Anybody know why these two are in the pits? Because I haven't got a clue. Are they doing drive-through penalties? And why did they not come up as black flags on my screen? Alright, I don't know what's going on. What I do know is they're about to join the back of the queue, and I have no idea why. But okay. So, bit of tyre warming may actually be required, although with a 42-degree track, maybe that's a bit superfluous to the need. So let's see. Maybe get fuel and no more stops for them. They didn't stop, so okay, yeah, exactly my reaction, Alan. I don't know. I really don't know. Not a clue. And you're, I don't know. Those two didn't stop. If that's who you were meaning. They just drove straight through pit lane, I think. Oh, yeah, it's showing them. Yeah, they didn't stop showing them straight through. So, don't know. iRacing doing iRacing things. Everybody will bunch up now because they're going to let that Porsche get away from them somewhat. Jamie's going to control this start. They are going to start single file. The busyness and potentially more crashes may come from Kenzie and Brandon and maybe Tony, because carrying that much extra speed through I'm in inverted commas here, the slower field, can sometimes cough up some crashes. And Jamie's gone, so we are back to racing.
Green flag, green flag.
We are green, so anything goes now, and we are doing overtaking already at the back. Kenzie through already on Lars. In the field. Right, hopefully we haven't crashed at turn 1. Doesn't look like it. No, we're all good. Right then, off we go again then, folks. So, 2 Chimera cars. We used to have the Great Wall of Honda in the TCRs with these two. Now we've got the Great Wall of Camaro or something. Right, so that was Daniel Solo through on Vergaard E. Johansson there. These two were together in the last race, if I remember right. We're going to have to look forward here as well, because we've got some drama. We can watch it from here, though. I do like what Vergaard is doing in this race, is Brandon, Ant, and co, and Lars. Tony's through, is he on Lars? Yes, very through on Lars. Right, okay. Nice overtaking. I know that he had trouble in the first race, but in terms of what I've seen of enough quality for driver of the meeting, Tony Kloosterman is right up there right now. Don't know what your thoughts are on the chat. I'm happy to take bids. As this field tries to get away from that hairpin and down shoreline here, as Jamie has swapped places effectively without losing time with Simon, so that will be a tactical change of position. Look at Vincent, 3rd place he finds himself in, and happy to be there. Racy as you like with Jamie Wilson, and he's wanting to get through on Jamie because look who's behind. Bob Wilson, what? Bob Woodhouse. I can spoonerise any names you like, folks. You just throw them up there, I'll spoonerise them. And Eric Blixt right behind. So this battle of 5, it's actually a battle of 4, is thrashing itself to pieces at the minute. Right, here we go. More going on here. That's a bag full of wheel spin for Josh Taylor. 3 wide into this corner. Really doesn't work, guys. Really doesn't. Someone's going to be in a wall. No, they've all done it. Well done to everybody. Oh, and this is getting a bit hairy now. So Vincent's through on Jamie, and Jamie's going to have Bob Woodhouse trying to... Well, he's crawling all over him at the minute, but... I thought Jamie had left the door wide open then, but not the case. And look at Kenzie. Look at Eric. Let's go and have a nose cam on Eric, because this one's might be a turn 1 effort. I mean, you've got to be brave to do a turn 1 overtake here, because the car in front of you is always going to stay left. Straightens the car up. Don't cross that blue line, whatever you do, because that's a penalty right there. Ooh, that was a good twitch from the car. As he tucks it into the fountain. I mean, getting alongside here is lethal because you've got nowhere to overtake, really. This is a 1-line section. Turns it in and across that bumpy rumble strip of a corner. Simon will take catching, but Vince has pace. Yes, he does. You're absolutely right. Vincent Skilbeck is no stranger to these cars at all. That was an overtake by Brandon, was it? Yeah, I think it was. Let me go on a better camera and you can see what's going on. Right, Daniel Solo up 8 places from the start. Vincent Skilbeck up 7. So those are the 2 big winners from the crunchy crashy at the very start. And it's saying that the battle for first place involves 7 cars. Look at Vincent go here. Now, Vincent is driving like he's not got any fuel to save. I wonder if that's the case for Simon. I'm suspicious that Vincent's caught him that quick, that's all. So I'm wondering whether Simon's got fuel to save. Maybe Vincent doesn't. I don't know how that could be, but never mind. They've got a reduced race length in terms of laps, so who knows. Everybody fans out and takes different lines into this turn 1. Ooh. Yeah, the sound of crunching every time they go around there, but I think it's just curbs. It makes me think that cars have crashed every single time, though. And Brandon Hawkin is your fastest lap car at the moment. He's done a 1:22.2 flat, which is, yeah, legions faster than everybody else right now. So he is on one, and I said this would happen. Where's Kenzie? Kenzie is the car in front of him, actually. So that might come to a boil later on in the race. As these two start chipping away at what's ahead of them. And this is getting a bit messy now. Eric's going to go to the right-hand side of Jamie now. And that was Bob Woodhouse getting through on Jamie a second ago. And Eric not taking any time. So Jamie should fight this because he's going to have the optimal... Oh, no, he's not. He's going to play the game safe. Probably has some fuel to save along the route. Maybe these guys are still planning on a pit stop. I really don't know. Jamie can't turn in because there's a whole bag full of cars on his inside. Oh, and a car to the pits. Brandon. And Ant Woodward. Oh, honestly, somebody tell me what's going on because I ain't got a clue. That's... I don't know. Really don't. Why are they in the pit? They must need fuel. That's the only thing I can think. They must need fuel. Are they popping up for tyres? No. Yes. Yes. In the case of Ant Woodward. No, in the case of Brandon. Ant Woodward's revving the thingies off that Mustang. Right. Vincent Skillbeck is still giving multiple previous champions, Simon Trendle, a real headache at the minute. And we know that Vincent's got masses and masses of skill in there. And in previous seasons has often been a victim of other people's crashes. Never really shown his true potential apart from in certain races where he got his podiums. And Vegard E. Johansson is showing that he is a very handy racer. That's a lovely line through that corner. Into the NASCAR turn here, and that's another lovely line. So, oh, he's got caught out by the stopping. Whoa, and maybe he needs a little bit of throttle control on that one, but everything up to that point looks very healthy. Eric Blixt has got Bob Woodhouse here again, but it's going to be the same story. Bob's done a great job of defending that. And through here, you'd have to be certifiable to try and overtake. But look, both of these two are catching the two in front. So this is now officially a 4-car race for the lead, as it says in your bottom corner there. And you can only doff your hat to Vincent Skillbeck because everybody around him at the minute is a pro driver. And arguably, with his experience, he probably should be. So where's Kenzie right now? Kenzie is behind Daniel Solo, somewhere a bit further back. Still, oh yeah, we haven't got Brandon behind him now, obviously, because Brandon pitted. And that's a bit inexplicable to me. Daniel Solo's got himself another slowdown. He's good at that. I wonder where he's picking him up. Must be that last corner they went through. The right hand there. Hairpins hard on the rears, says Sir Alan. Yeah, you're not wrong. These cars will chew up a pair of rear tyres in no time, and Daniel's gone super wide there, possibly for that reason. I think his fronts are done, so we'll have to see what he's going to do about that. No, oh yeah, another visitor to pit road. That's Tony Klusterman. So I'm a bit all at sea because he pitted under the caution because he had to for damage, and I don't understand why he's having to pit again right now. So if anybody knows, just let me know. I'm good at looking stupid on broadcasts. I'm experienced at it, and it's one of my. If there was a top trump set of cards for broadcasting, that would be my top trump. Being utterly clueless. Alan says, "Poor Jamie." Yeah, you're not wrong. He got kind of mobbed at one point through all that sequence, but He's probably fuel saving, and is probably trying to milk that car right to the very end of the race. So if he manages it, and I've no idea what shedding 3 or 4 laps will do, a significant amount of fuel saving alleviation, no doubt. We'll have to see, as Vincent is basically pushing Simon Trendle's Camaro around these last few turns here. Going to try and tip it in. No, he's not going to try and tip it in early. He's happy to stay behind for now. But, ooh, right, 2 more to the pits. Bob Woodhouse and Eric Blixt. So that evidences that we're not going to make it to the end, even for the guys that didn't stop under caution. Vincent sticking to Simon like glue at the moment. He probably wants to stay there because, let's face it, if you're stuck to Simon Trendle throughout a race, you're probably onto a winning formula as long as you can save fuel as good as he can. And that's Kenzie with the slowdown. Somewhere at the thingy. Fountain. No, he's going to shed it here. And Daniel Solo's just picked one up again. Must be that inside of that turn behind them on that occasion. Slowdown city for them. Right, this is going to be a bit dangerous. So that's Eric and Bob coming out. Bob's lost out there somewhere in all of that. At the minute, even though Daniel Solo is picking up slowdowns, and he has not been to the pits, he's up 10 positions from the start, so that's good work. Vincent's up 7 up to this point. Simon is up 3, but I think the rest of the field are going to have to pit, with the possible exception of anybody that can save enough fuel to do so. So it may be that Jamie and Simon are doing the fuel save 500 or whatever you want to call it, and might make it to the end without having to pit. Now, Kenzie Newhoff has been to the pits twice this race, according to my screen, even though I don't... Oh, no, he hasn't. He's been once, sorry, on lap 2. And here he is currently in 3rd place. So, again, we know what wizardry he can come up with in a race. He's done it before. He'll do it many times again. And I do feel like we're going to end up with a Kenzie versus somebody. I just don't know who the somebody is at the end of the race. As Ant Woodward passes Josh Taylor because Josh Taylor's gone to the pits. Right. So Vitt has Richard Lawrence III in front of him. Oh, that was a big hit from Lars Erik Frydenlund just behind. But it was only a hip check. It won't have done any damage, I don't think. Salon's still shouting for Jamie, who is currently in 6th. Undoubtedly fuel saving. Just can he do enough to get it to the end? Eric Blixt about to pop out from behind Brandon and put Brandon under some pressure. And Lars Erik Frydenlund has gone to the pits for some bang juice, no doubt. Now Eric should get the better drive off there. Let's go on board, well, just go on his nose and see what happens. So being on the right hand side here is not necessarily the best place to be. I don't think we're going to see that car appear other than in the front here on the left hand side. Is he going to try around the outside? No, he's going to do the cut back. And these guys are certainly racing hard. How close is the car behind? Very is the answer, and that is Bob Woodhouse. These are 3 super fast drivers all on the same bit of tarmac on this ridiculously tight and twisty circuit, which is riddled with opportunities to just crash and burn at any point. Look how controlled they are on their brakes, not even touching each other, but racing in such close proximity. It's absolutely terrifying to watch as a spectator, because you think they're all going to just muller each other at any given moment. At the moment, Bob Woodhouse has got the best seat in the house for this battle. Eric looking both sides of Brandon's car. Is there a cut back here? Is he going to try and hold it? He can't hold it round that side. Not without taking him out or doing what happened, which was compromising his own line into that hairpin. Right then, off down the pit straight we go. Vincent Skilbeck in second has picked up a slowdown. So he's going to have dropped off the back. He has dropped off the back of Simon Trendle. We will have to go back to this because this is probably one of the most focused battles on track. Vincent's still not managed to shed that slowdown yet. Right, what's Kenzie doing? Kenzie's caught Vincent. Okay. Cut back here for Kenzie. Will he be able to get the squirt done? Ooh, and that's Daniel Solo to the pits for some juice. And what's Vincent going to do? He's going to let him go, is he? Yeah, it's not in Vincent's best interest to push that argument. They are racing for different cups at the end of the day. Vincent's battle, in theory, is with Jamie Wilson and Richard Lawrence, the third, further ahead. No, further behind, sorry, I should say. So as long as he keeps that, he's got a big gap. That's 10 seconds back to Jamie Wilson at the moment, who had a very, very quiet first race, which has put him in a good position for race 2. So Alan says they make it look easy. Yeah, they lie. It's a very accurate statement. Right, that was a big curb hit for Eric's car there, going over that curb the way he did. I don't think it'll have done any damage. Some of the curbs on some of the tracks will do, but not that one and not here. Kenzie Newhoff is honing in on Simon Trendle's car, so you would think, therefore, as Vincent goes to the pits for his scheduled stop, you would think that Kenzie doesn't have to pit, and maybe Simon does, or maybe Simon's going to milk it right to the end, and this is the battle that we're watching right now. But we've got, what, 15 minutes still to race? That's a long time for Simon to stay ahead of Kenzie, so let's see what happens. Maybe Simon's just going for maximum point scoring, even if that is maybe in third at the end of the race. You don't know, do you? There's always a strategy. So Vincent has dropped. Is going to drop down to maybe 12th by the end of this pit stop, I'm going to guess. Right, and off we go again for some of these guys. No, they're on the middle back straight thing. Right. Is Brandon pulled away now? No, Brandon is still glued to the bonnet of Eric Blixt. And Bob Woodhouse is trying to stay with these guys. Now, he'd probably want to see them doing a bit more of the old battley thing, but they're not doing right now. So these guys are steadily working their way back through the field. You just don't see the fact that they're passing people as the people are in the pits. So as Richard Lawrence III enters pit lane, and he's going to get passed now by a few cars, actually quite a few cars. Vit Solomon has already gone through, and he can see Jamie Wilson there, look. So, fastest lap is with whom? Oh, it looks like Brandon Hawkin with a 121.91. He's the only car that's got a... Oh, no, he's not. Daniel Solo's got a 121.98. So Daniel has got it in the toolkit. It's just not been his race to keep it out of other people's cars or something, because he was in that crash at the start, wasn't he? And look at how quick Vit is catching Jamie Wilson. Jamie Wilson's clearly on Fuel Save of the Century. Is it the right strategy, or is it not the right strategy? And Bob is catching these two again, which is good for us watching. And Kenzie is about to be all over Simon Trendle like a bad suit. In fact, it has arrived. So I don't know how much of a fight Simon's willing to give, given that he's clearly on a no-stop strategy. They've obviously decided between the two Chimera cars right at the very start, this is what we're doing. And Vit is in a similar position for the BSTV Cup stand-ins, a bit further back down the road with Jamie, the other Team Chimera car. So, oh, and here we go. Through on the inside. Simon let him go. Not interested in fighting him. Just interested in hitting the number. Maybe as a result of the yellow coming out so early in the race, it meant that the people that pitted could not benefit enough from putting fuel in the car. Jamie is being gapped quickly. Well, he is by the two that are much further down the road. He's got 21 seconds to the top two. Vit's hacking away at the gap between them. In fact, again, I don't know how much of a fight Jamie will actually put up once Vit makes an actual move. Because it'll be great points for Jamie either way. When you're thinking about the championship overall. Bob Woodhouse has dropped off these two again, and there's no change of order here between Eric and Brandon. They have got, just a little bit further down the road, Jeff Saunders, who they are closing on pretty rapidly. So they're turning laps. Well, the last lap was almost 2 seconds faster than Jeff. Now that's no black mark on Jeff. He's a very, very good racer. So it just shows you the pros are remarkable, if that makes sense. Right, Vit is now. I just tried to scratch my eye through my glasses. I wouldn't recommend it, folks. Just makes you look silly. Well, Vit wasn't able to do anything that time. Jamie's launch out of that hairpin was so much better than Vit's. Jamie had a 12 seconds. I think Jamie had 12 seconds. Fingers crossed for this Backfire hero. Yeah, I mean, Vit is through just. Sorry, we missed it while I was reading that message. Let's have a quick watch of what happened. Jamie's going to be mega early to save as much as he can. He can't return to block because he's already made the move off the line and onto it again. So through goes Vit. Right. Daniel Solo is now on the boot lid of Vegard E. Johansson. And, is he going to do a cutback on him? Nope, not yet, not yet. This time, there's 8 minutes of racing, or 7 minutes of racing, I should say. Wow, that was a sideways motion there from Daniel's car. Very classic look to that JC Academy car, with the even Jeff's one with the green is very nice. The maroon dark red is very nice as well. Right, what has Vit done? Vit has absolutely romped away by 2 seconds over Jamie. Jamie's clearly having a fuel save extremely, and he's got 3 cars, 4 really, bearing down on him. The first of which at the minute is Jeff, but I don't think Jeff's going to be the first one to get to Jamie. I think it's going to be Brandon or Eric, and I think this might cause changes of race order behind Jeff. Now, there's only one line through here. Everybody just needs to sit and be patient. As soon as you get over the crest of this little hill here, then it's a different opportunity for everybody. So I don't know what Jeff's going to do. He should, well, it's all for points, but he may selectively let them through. Again, these are pro drivers coming through on him. Not really his race, you could argue, but the points are there. You get points paid on position, not in your class. It's in the overall race. So the question remains, is Kenzie good to the end? I assume so. Simon may be good to the end with, I don't know how much fuel saving he's got to do. Oh, Ant Woodward just overtook Jeff because Jeff was off track. Oh yeah, I've got a crash down. It's just popped up in front of me. Let's just see what happened there. He was in the throng of all this lot with Bob Woodhouse coming through on him here. So Bob's gone for it. And Jeff's locked up on hot tyres. So that's all that was. Wasn't really a crash. It was just SDK giving me a crash notification. Right, let's have a look at this. So Jamie's been caught now by the super fast massive. And what can Jamie do? Both for himself and for his teammate Simon Trendle. He's given a massively wide line to 2 cars there. Made it very obvious that he was giving them room to pass. As he stayed in it with Eric. He stayed in it with Eric. Doesn't want to lose his momentum, of course, because then he's got to regain it by using gas. And what is this? Now, this has just happened, literally just, obviously, because you can see it. Somebody's come off badly. So this is Richard Lawrence III in the gold car. And who's the car in front? Oh, and there's a JC Academy car randomly in the service road. So did that put off another car? I don't really know. Let's have another look at that again. So that was Josh Taylor, I think, that was in the service road. So he goes down the inside here. And can't get it stopped and straightened and turned, so yeah, he's left his braking a little too late there, in my opinion. You know, anybody else's opinions, but welcome to put them in the chat there. But that looked like an over-enthusiastic overtaking attempt, which these cars can lure you into that. As Daniel Solo gets right into the back there of Vegard E. Johansson's Chevrolet Camaro. Again, good points on the page here. Ooh, right, okay, so we got Vit Solomon deep in pro driver territory right now. 19 seconds behind Simon Trendle. How long have we got left? 3 minutes. We'll have to wait and see if we've already picked up the white flag. I don't see any waving of flags, and it's difficult to see on this track at the best of times. Let's jump on board with... we're not going to see it from them either, are we? Right, why is car 9? Oh, right, they were just at the thingy. Any waving of flags on the right-hand side? No, so we've got this plus one more. There's Kenzie, race leader, leads us on to Seaside Drive. The car behind with the missing stuff is Josh Taylor, by the way. He's a back marker. Simon Trendle is the next car in view. And then Vit Solomon is a couple of corners behind, 18 seconds behind. He's cutting that lead down, but I don't think he's got enough laps to get to second place. But he's certainly going to get an overall podium, providing he doesn't crash into someone or something before the end, or run out of fuel, of course. Okay. Now, can Eric do anything with Brandon? Or does he want to? Are the points good enough? I don't think any of these guys know how to, like, come second in inverted commas. Someone's going to drive over us. Yay. I do like that camera. Right, this is the same battle that's still raging here with Vincent, Vergaard and Daniel. And in the background there is Tony Klusterman. And there's somebody's front bumper, that's Vincent's front bumper, left on the road. And there's a lot of changing the lines going on, which race control might have a look at. How has he managed to lose the front? It must have been knocked on the entrance to... Oh dear. And that is... okay, so they've sorted themselves out and they're in the same order again, but it was nearly a disaster. I'm going to assume that we're on the last lap now. Although I can't see any waved flags at that speed anyway. No, we must be onto the white flag now. So, where's Vit Solomon? Here he is. Let's go on the bonnet here and see if we can see Barney waving his flag. They were over the line with about 40 seconds to go. There he is. White flag. And Ant Woodward has just been overtaken and he's got half a car. And Tony's crashed. Oh, what is going on at the end of this race, folks? So, Tony, here's what happened to him. Looks like he's on his own. Oh, he's looped it. Hopefully he stays out of the... Well, he's just nudged it. Ant Woodward. What was his? Very quickly. Fighting with Jamie. Down the inside. And does... Oh, well... Yeah, that's Ant's issue, that one. Right, let's go again here. Meow. I'm hoping you do. I'm certainly hoping you do. As Kenzie Newhoff comes over to take the checkered flag in the second of tonight's races. Congratulations to him. Absolutely brilliant victory. Fuel saver extraordinaire Simon Trendle no-stopped it. Vit Solomon is the first BSTV Cup car that's going to come over the line in an overall third podium position. A brilliant performance from him. And then the drama that was going on pretty much all race, Brandon and Eric, has finished in that order with Bob Woodhouse chasing them over the line, not far behind. And there's still battles going on here. Oh, we've got half a Jamie car, half a Vincent car, and a whole Daniel Solo car. So if you want any spares, folks, you can pick up any amount that you want right now, as long as you're willing to go to Long Beach. Jeff Saunders has just overtaken Vergaard. And Vergaard, for some reason, is out of the race. What happened to Vergaard at the very end? He's parked it on the last lap. Not really sure why. Might have been a technical issue. Not really sure. Who we're waiting for? We're waiting for Richard, who's still circulating. And we'll pick up some decent points again. Someone's getting ready for doing burnouts. I wonder who that might be. Well done to Kenzie. Right, then. So Kenzie gets his celebration sorted. Richard ended up with a slowdown over the line, so he might get a time penalty. But we'll see about where he ends up when it goes. Oh, it's gone checkered now. So let's have a look at what happened after the flag, as it were. I think Kenzie's out of fuel. I'm not sure. Used it all in donuts. Right, so Kenzie Newhoff, current reigning champion of the series, is the winner of round 2 here at Long Beach for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Simon Trendle came over the line with his solar-powered car for Team Chimera in second place. And then first BSTV Cup car and third overall, so gets himself an overall podium, Vit Solomon. Brilliant result. Brandon Hawkin gets third in the pro standings and fourth overall for Mivano Corsa, so he gets a class podium position there. Eric Blix finished 5th for Alcantech NHR by Nyman Racing. Bob Woodhouse was 6th for Never Quit Racing. Vincent Skilbeck was 2nd in class, 7th on track for Skilby Racing, and Jamie Wilson 8th on track and 3rd in class for Team Chimera. Daniel Solo 9th for Alcantech NHR by Nyman Racing. Who's George? Jeff Saunders 10th for JC Academy. It's not like he's new to me. Anyway, Ant Woodward 11th for Never Quit Racing. His teammate Tony Klusterman finished 12th. Lars Erik Frydenlund finished 13th. Vergaard E. Johansson finished 14th for JC Academy. Richard Lawrence III finished in 15th. And Josh Taylor finished 16th for JC Academy. Really good race right the way through that one. There was a yellow thrown because of a blocked track on the start finish straight at the beginning of the second race, but I think it made for a thrilling race right to the end. Quite a few were stuttering over the line, Jeff, I think, and yours sputtered as you crossed the line. Finish result justified the yellow flag. Top up and effort saving. Yeah, good effort getting that done. A 10th overall, up 3 positions from your start. You should be very proud of that. Very, very good. Lots and lots of part-built cars across the line at the end of that race. Let's have a little look at... Well, I'll set everything back where it should be in order that we can then start some interviews, which I'm keen to get done quickly because I've got a lot of prep tomorrow because I'm travelling on Monday, which I don't relish at all, but never mind. Right, let's get this show underway. Who have we got to speak to? So, winner of race 1 was Brandon, right? Yeah, it was. So let's go and grab us a little pot of Brandon Hawkin. Good evening.
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. So back to super fast ways, particularly in qualifying and winning the first race. Well done to a victory there. This is a great car combination from an observer's perspective, from a spectator's perspective. It leads to so much drama. I know there's a lot of the sequences throughout there where there's overtake is just not possible unless you're suicidal. But how did you find the car track combination this evening?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Long Beach, and of course a big fan of heavy cars with high horsepower as well. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to drive, and yeah, I knew in the reverse grid it was gonna get hairy there. In the first race it was probably hairy too, but I was had a little bit of a better view there in the first race, but in the second one. Yeah, it looked like there was just a little bit of contact up ahead, and then it was kind of like basically a track blocker, and I almost got out of it, and then I got tagged like just before the end. So yeah, decided to pit there, get some tires. Of course, couldn't fuel the car enough to get to the end of the race, but nobody ahead pitted really. So. Except I think Kenzie, and then yeah, after that, yeah, I was kind of like trying to decide whether to fuel save or to like get as much track position as I could, and I saw that the big line of cars entering the hairpin, it was like a big gaggle.
I know,
I
yeah.
was like, you know what,
Brutal.
I don't want any of this. I'm going in, and because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to fuel save anyway. But
Right.
yeah, I guess it was the wrong decision. But man, that was a blast. Trying to get back up there. I was trying to hold off Eric there. He had fresher tires when he came out, and I was like holding on for dear life because at the time I thought it was going to be for the race win. But yeah, those guys did a great job saving fuel, and yeah, that was a lot of fun both races.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I lost track of what was going on because obviously with the yellow, it cuts down the amount of overall laps that everybody needs to do, and there is an element of fuel saving under yellow. But I thought, well, surely the people that pitted at the very start might be able to carry enough fuel, even with some saving, right to the end. But that wasn't the case, was it? Basically, everybody, with a handful of exceptions, was, you know, having to pit again to get more bang juice and maybe a fresh set of tires or something. So there was multiple strategies at work. I had one, two, three, four cars that only pitted once. Obviously, the ones in the crash at the start ended up twice because you had to repair your cars, didn't you? So there was all sorts going on. It was definitely a dramatic race as a spectator, like I say. Where do we go next? Any idea? Oh, we go to Bathurst, don't we? We're at Mount Panorama in a fortnight. That's good. That's a good prospect, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Mm.
I missed that race last season, so I'm really looking forward to running Bathurst. That's gotta be an absolute blast.
And I predict there will be slightly more races the next time, less things going on. Summer seasons are always in the northern hemisphere are always down on numbers, but this one we've got about 9 missing from the overall sign-ups, which is about standard for a summer, to be honest. So hopefully some of those can join next time, and then school holidays in the UK will probably have an impact as they probably do in America and elsewhere as well. So let's see what numbers we can get for next race. Some new names though, Brandon, in the series as well. I don't know whether you know them from doing officials or anything. We've got Lars Eric and Vagard and Richard Lawrence the third, and it's good having the new guys racing.
Oh yeah, it is for sure. Like yeah, it's yeah, like last season's of course yeah, we have a few missing, but yeah, I'm sure we'll see them back. It's
Yeah.
and then yeah, we got a fresh new group of drivers as well. So it's yeah, mixed field. Some old, some new, some in between, and made it's yeah made for a really eventful first race. That was some good stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to racing with everybody throughout the rest of the season, and man, yeah, should be another great season.
Yeah, definitely. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice for Bathurst?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, just like to thank you guys at BSTV, of course. Everybody who runs the league. Yeah, everybody showed up today. That was some great racing throughout the field, and man, yeah, Sucker Punch, of course, Racing Prodigy, and looking forward to Bathurst. Should be a good time.
Awesome stuff. In that case,
Oh,
we'll.
and great win to Kenzie as well in the second
Yeah,
race.
yeah, yeah. He was again as he ever is, very very rapid. I can see it being as close this season as it was last season at the end. So you were in the thick of it at the end. So maybe you can do something about him this time. Elbow him out. He's won enough, right? He's had enough trophies. He's not got enough for a bonfire now because he's got so many wooden trophies now. So yeah, hopefully you can do something about him, pesky Kenzie. Anyway, we will see you racing this time in a fortnight at the mighty Bathurst. Brandon Hawkin.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, and yeah, we'll hopefully bring the fight to him there.
Cool.
Have a good one.
Right, who should we get next? Let's have a look. Eric had a strong showing in the first one, as did obviously Kenzie, but he's not in the chat. He rarely shows up. He's too famous for that, I think. Right, let's grab Mr. Eric Blixt into the booth from Alcantech by NHR by Nyman Racing. Good evening.
Good evening.
Choose the right car, it'd help, wouldn't it? So that people know who I'm talking to. So very good and successful race one, second place. Do you reckon you had anything for Brandon? Was there anything you could have done a little bit differently just to get your car in front of him?
Should probably not have hit the fence on lap one.
Yeah, that's gonna do
Um,
it.
Kenzie tried helping me out to put some rear end damage on my car
Oh, good. Yeah.
to solve my understeer problem. Sadly,
Trying to
sadly it
balance
wasn't
your
enough.
car off. Yeah,
Yeah,
like it.
pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
Good
yeah, we
stuff.
just plowing like the hairpin. He was just plowing the hairpin.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a struggle. Race 1,
Yeah.
hot lap hero.
Where's Haffy? Why is he letting you down?
He does some stupid concerts.
A stupid concert over this. He's got his
Yeah,
priorities all wrong, hasn't he? He really does.
it's all out
Yeah.
of work.
So you obviously won the championship for the team championship last season. Do you reckon you guys have got an answer for Kenzie or an answer for Brandon this season for the overall trophy?
To be honest, I think most of us is missing at least one round each. Probably
One
and
round's
Solo's
fine.
probably here.
You got drop rounds. It's fine.
One or two.
Yeah.
We'll see. I haven't even checked my schedule.
Right.
I signed up with a lot of headroom, as you may have seen.
Yep. Yeah.
Last night.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. The last ditch of race. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's great that you're here. I wouldn't change that for the world. And in race 2, you got caught up in the track blockage at the start.
Yeah, I kept my car clean though, but
Okay.
apparently it should have gotten some damage. So I could
Right.
have taken the fuel because our fuel it wasn't calculating yet. So we needed 215 liters. So we didn't even have a thought of stopping it.
Okay, right. I did wonder why. I thought the ones that are pitted under caution might get enough fuel on board to get them to the end of the race, but that didn't happen for hardly anybody. Well, you didn't have to pit again though, did you? Did you?
No, we just
No.
I just did one ordinary pit stop.
Yeah, one ordinary pit stop. That's right. Yeah.
We're like, why are people pitting now? Like, it's just 3
Yeah.
liters. We need like 17 liters. Like,
Yeah.
what's the point?
Threw me off completely. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
We're still like coming from oval racing. Like, we should have probably picked up on something.
Right.
We just blame caps, I guess.
Absolutely. And you guys are the team to beat this season for the team championship. So you're currently the proud holders of that moniker. Do you see any of the other teams being able to challenge that? Hydra Race, Racing Forces, but they've kind of only got Kenzie. So yeah, I don't know that anybody's got an answer for you this season. Never quit racing as long as they can keep a clean race. Maybe Team Chimera. It's a 2-man team racing against a 3-man team. So maybe you've got the stranglehold on that particular trophy at the moment. Which, by the way, is still going ahead. I've just had a bit of a problem with the trophy people because I've got one. I've been talking to Haffy about sending them out, and he says no, send them all at once. So I'm holding on to the one I've got. I just need 2 more, and then I can sort out money and stuff like that. But it's great having you guys back. You're a brilliant set of racers. I think Daniel had a bit of a rough ride in second race. Did he have a rough ride in the first one? I think he did.
Yeah, he was kind of stuck in both of them.
Yeah. And he's so fast though. He did some great overtakes. We saw them live on camera. So very good.
I mean, maybe if you join the server before qualifying has already elapsed 3 minutes.
Really? Okay.
You might have a shot.
Okay. Shots fired.
Priorities.
Yeah. Bathurst is the next one in a fortnight's time for an endurance race around there. I'm not sure whether I'll make it in 80 minutes or 90 minutes. I think I'm going to make it 90 minutes and give you guys a real romp around the Australian hillsides.
Sadly, I'm not home for it.
Yeah.
This is my best track of the season, and I'm missing both the official and the league.
So you're not going to be at Bathurst?
No.
What could possibly be more important than a race at Bathurst in V8s?
We're doing the hideous thing called caravanning.
Caravanning?
Oh no!
Really?
Yes.
Well, I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully you get some time to watch the race on your phone and wish you were racing around Mount Panorama, more than you were caravanning. But we shall look forward to that. Anybody you want to shout out to? Yeah, anybody you want to shout out to? Obviously not Haffy. For tonight's performances.
I mean, just everybody showing up. Officials been looking pretty thin last few weeks, probably summer and heat waves and all that. But yeah, people showing up. Big grids for sure bringing in more cars. That's just how it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we might get some more as the championship goes on. That happens in V8s. You kind of pick people up along the way. So, but it'll get more populous as the season goes on. I've no doubt. Apart from when people go caravanning, just saying. But
Yeah.
we look forward to seeing you probably at the one after that, or are you caravanning for like a month?
No.
Oh, okay. And we'll
A
see
week.
you at the next one then, which I think is a super sprint race around some tight little track somewhere. Which one is it?
Hmm.
I'm just going to go and find out because it's interesting. That Oran Park.
Oh, yeah.
That one's going to be a drama.
Yeah.
That's going to be
It's
brilliant.
gonna bring something.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully,
Well,
good racing.
yeah, I should think so. We'll see you in a month's time then on Oran Park. Eric blitzed everybody.
Yeah. See ya.
Right, next up, we're going to get solar-powered Simon into the booth. Good evening.
Good evening.
Proving again that solar-powered effort is it pays off, doesn't it? It really does.
Yeah, is it Long Beach? Super powered in Long Beach.
Yeah. Is it a track where you've got more opportunity for it?
No, it's just a bloody long pit lane,
Okay, yeah.
which makes it work. Which is why
Right.
everyone who pitted got a really good advantage as well. So it's sort of the two strategies sort of were about the same, I think.
Yeah, I mean, only Kenzie
maybe-
was able to do anything about you. The next car back was miles back, wasn't it? It was Vitt who was 15 seconds back at
Yeah.
the end. So,
Kenzie had pace on me anyway. The whole top four had pace on me that I don't have at this moment. I don't know why. I'm just slow at the moment.
okay.
Maybe I'm on my decline in the commentary. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. But he did a strategic switch of positions at the start of the second race. And I guess that was because Jamie felt you were faster than him, even with the fuel save.
No, I knew he was going to fuel save, so I just thought, sod this, I'm not going to fuel save for a bit.
Oh, really? Right. Okay.
So I thought, nah,
Stick
because
him.
I'm going to, I can drive off there and do my own thing. So
Yeah.
he could have fought it, he could have kept his foot in, but it would have just hurt him more. So
True. Yeah. And in the first race, of course, you did come fifth, like you say. The four in front of you at the minute, by your own admission, have got a bit of a speed advantage. Do you reckon there's anything you can do about that over the course of the season?
I don't know. I don't know why it is.
Okay.
Felt fine. Like it felt like I was driving it right, and I wasn't ruining the tires or anything like that. And I just got into the practice sessions and it's like, okay, shouldn't be too far off. And then they were like a second off, and I closed the gap down. Then they went a little bit faster, and I had to close that bit down. I was just, no, this is not right. Something's wrong here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just maybe it's Long Beach, but I've never been very good at Long Beach. I've always been lucky at Long Beach again, and I was today. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll go to another track and we'll see what happens there. If I'm still off pace, then it's just I haven't been practicing. I just haven't been doing that much driving.
Okay.
Will I get it back? Who knows? I hope I will.
Well,
I don't want to be in that no man's land again. It's boring in no man's land. I want to go up there fighting somewhere.
No, that's a good attitude to have. And in the second race, whilst the fighting wasn't there, the strategy definitely was, and it was potentially a winning strategy if it wasn't for that pesky Kenzie and his super fast ways. We go to Bathurst next time round for. I think I'm going to put you in.
GG Kenzie.
He is a specialist around there, isn't he? He's very, very good. I mean,
at least at Bathurst, I have a benchmark for my own pace because we did it. The Bathurst 1000 last year. I think we raced it last season or season 2 ago.
Oh, okay.
So I know my lap times around there. If I'm not off that, then I know that it's me. And if they're faster than I would normally be, then I know they've stepped it up a gear.
I see.
It could just be a bit of both. Who knows?
Oh well, might be a learning exercise as well. Yeah, totally. But tonight's been great watching what was going on. I was wondering whether calculators were working okay, and would the two Chimera cars end up in the pits anyway? But didn't happen. It was all very controlled and well executed.
Don't ask Jamie about the calculators. He'll moan about my bloody programming again.
That's class. I'm going to ask him. But we will look forward to next week. No, not next week. Next fortnight. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice and your lap times for Bathurst?
I guess just to you for organising the league, since you're the only one here. Solo effort, obviously. I think we had some new people who all turned up, and I didn't race any of them, but I'd seen them practice. They were, in the pace, in the pack. So that's good effort for like your first time in the car. So if you stick with that, that's good. That's a good sign. So welcome to
Absolutely.
them.
Yeah, I've already done that little bit of script at the start of the broadcast because you know these cars are a bit of a monster to handle, and it takes time in the seat to make it right. So walking away after early doors of having a disappointing race it is not the way forward. Perseverance is the right way forward because once it gets good, it gets great. It feels fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Once you're with the regular people and
yeah,
you're going side by side and you're going sideways out of corners while side by side, then you're having fun.
absolutely, absolutely. And I drove Gen 1 and Gen 2 of these cars, even back when it was the Ford Falcon. And when I did a good race, you were just beaming with happiness. I just didn't do that many of them, and I crashed a lot. But there were, glimmers of a bright, sunshiny day in all the gloom, and they're worth it. Even if they turn up
Yeah.
like once a season, they are definitely worth it. It's very much
Absolutely. I don't know about beaming, but I'm definitely sweating.
It's warm, isn't it, in the UK again today? Good grief. I pity all of you. I really do. That have been racing, but it's a fantastic start to your season. Really, fifth and a second. You're going to get some good points there, and I think you're in the thick of it right from the get go. So it's best of luck for the rest of the season, really, and we look
Yeah.
forward to it. So
See you next time.
see you next time, Simon Trundle. Right, we're going to grab Vit Solomon next. Good evening, Vit.
Good evening. How are you?
Very, very good. And wow, your second race was an absolute piece of brilliance, really, wasn't it? Third overall, and deep into the heart of pro territory. And in the first of the races, you got yourself a class victory as well. So 2 class victories, 1 overall podium, and well, best of everybody that wasn't a pro tonight. So fantastic effort, mate.
Thank you. That podium in the feature race, that was pretty surprising for me.
Oh right, okay. Was that like? Did you expect to get overhauled by Brandon, Eric, and Bob?
To be honest, at the start of the race, I thought that they will just go ahead and I will fight for the P6, same as in the sprint race before.
Okay.
Before that accident happened.
Yeah.
And after that, I was at the end of the line and I didn't read the overlays correctly, and I entered closed pits, and I got
Okay.
penalty for to start at the end.
Yeah, we did see you getting shuffled back. So I thought that you'd gone in on the first lap, but it was automatically putting you back where you were. But of course, you weren't at the back, were you? You were partway through. So okay, so you got iRacing God punishment, and it shuffled you back. But then you've managed to make your way through. You did a second. Yeah, you went through the pits a second time, didn't you?
Yeah, because I already knew that I'll be starting last anyway, so I stopped once again at the one to go and took the full tank
Nice.
there.
Yeah, get as much
And
fuel in it as you can. Like it.
yeah,
Yeah, nice
and
work.
I remembered that a few seasons ago we had a safety car also at Watkins Glen at the start of the feature race.
Uh-huh.
And that night, Jamie Wilson managed to pull off a fuel saving strategy like this.
Okay, okay. So learning from other people's performances, that's the right way to go about these things, absolutely. Who's on the car? Who's on the bonnet?
This is Momo Metal from Baby Metal.
Right, okay. Let me get it's rear chase I want, isn't it? Right, okay. So there's another. Are you saying that's another one that I need to find on Amazon Music?
Yeah, this should be quite easy because they are pretty known in the West nowadays.
Oh, okay, right, fair enough. I'll go hunting for that. So it's written on the side of the car anyway, isn't it? Momo Metal. So I'll be googling that. Oh, sorry, putting it through on Amazon Music when I finish this because the last ones you've put on there have been brilliant. So I really like it. I love your paint jobs. They're absolutely fantastic. We go to Bathurst in a fortnight's time. First of all, are you racing with us? And how do you think you're going to go at Bathurst?
Yes, I'll be racing. I think this season I should be able to do every race.
Oh, good.
And for the Bathurst, we will see. It usually depends on the setup. If you get a good one, that you can be competitive, and it's also enduro, right?
Yes, yeah. I think I'm going to put you all in for 90 minutes.
Yeah, so in that case, it's important to keep it off the wall, keep it clean, and just try to survive.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, makes sense. The walls are a feature in quite a few races this season for the V8s, to be honest. But at least you've had your practice around Long Beach. Anybody you want to have a shout out to before we let you go and start your Bathurst practice?
Thanks to you and others in Backfire Simsport for organizing the league, for broadcasting and so on, and to others driver for very clean racing tonight.
Yeah, it was really good. The incident at the start was just bunching as far as I'm concerned from what I saw on the replays that I ran. I don't think there's anybody to blame in inverted commas. It's just a bit of bunching and at the worst part of the race possible because everybody's there. So yeah, it's the racing was uber clean for the rest of it, my opinion only. But yeah, great racing tonight. Looking forward to seeing you in a fortnight at Bathurst. Vit Solomon, everyone.
Thank you. See you.
Cool. Right, let's go and grab one other solar-powered car this evening. Also looks the same as the other one that we were talking about. Where's Jamie on this thing? So everybody can see. It's Jamie Wilson. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Solar powered is a bit generous.
I don't know. Did you pit?
No.
Then what are
But
you complaining about?
Early generation solar, maybe.
Oh, right, yeah,
From
yeah.
40 years ago.
Yeah, not quite as refined as on the other Team Chimera car, maybe.
Yeah.
But first race, second in class. And second race, I think it was second in class. I've lost it now. Let me have a look. I need to hit this instead. Show this. There we go. Where were you? No, third in class. Vincent got you, didn't he? Of course.
Yeah, Vincent just got me at the line. Yeah.
Yeah, like right at the very end. How close to just coughing over the line were you?
Well, I'd coughed before the line.
Oh, really? Right, okay.
Yeah, hence losing the place. Yeah.
Right, got you. Oh, right. Well, that was a fine line then, I'm guessing. So the exchange, Simon says he knew you were going to be fuel saving, so he just decided not to for a lap. Don't you just hate him for being able to do that?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, under the safety car, I didn't want to hang about to go and get to the safety car because it just prolongs the whole process. No one wants that. So it's not that I put my foot down or anything, but I wasn't like super optimal on that, first lap as the yellow got thrown.
Yeah.
Whereas Simon was able to save a bit more than me just even at that point. So he was already up on me by a litre or litre and a half or whatever it was.
Yeah, okay.
To start with. And there's no point in fighting if you're trying to pull off a gargantuan fuel save.
No.
The thing that buggered me up was that our tools, which Simon wrote, have.
He said you would mention this. He said in his interview.
But no, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. So the there's a way you can tell if there's a risk that it's going to go the extra lap compared to what it works out.
Oh, okay.
And I just was not paying enough attention to that because I was otherwise occupied trying to hit the number I was trying to hit and being at the front at that point as well.
Yeah.
Because even though Simon got past me, I had a whole group of cars behind me that were not necessarily fuel saving, and it's very difficult to do a hard fuel save when you've got cars behind you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because you can imagine how that's going to go if you're not careful. So, I just didn't spot for like maybe 5 or 6 laps that the number I was hitting was a false hope.
Okay.
And it was actually a lap beyond that I needed to be hitting, and then by then it was so tight that even just that was enough to make it not really viable. But at that point, you're like, well, I can't uncommit from this now.
Mm-hmm.
So otherwise, you end up in no man's land. I would have had to have pitted at some point and ended up probably 15, 20 seconds behind everyone else with no fuel advantage on anyone.
Yeah.
I'd just be running around at the back, and it's boring. So, I just had to do the lift and wait, have a cup of tea, and coast.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, race 1, I would describe your race as quiet because you were kind of in a race all on your own for some of it, weren't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, it kind of settled down quite quickly.
It
Only
did, yeah.
Vit had a couple of tenths on me, and the car, whoever it was behind me, I can't remember who it was now.
It was Ant.
It's Ant.
Yeah.
Well, Ant, actually, saying that, I think there was a kerfuffle near the end because Ant prior to that was like way further back, I think. And I noticed that his pace was mega
Oh, okay.
at the time. He was catching me quick. He ran out of time. But I think that he got propelled upwards because of some incident or something. that happened, I
Very
think,
likely.
coming onto the backstretch.
Yeah, there was a big pile up at the hairpin with Daniel
Oh, the hairpin,
Solo
sorry, right,
and Lars Erik Frydenlund. I know I'm saying that wrong, but I'll have to get him in the booth and tell me how to say it. But yeah, they had a bit of a coming together there, and Daniel did what he needed to and let Lars Erik go. But yes, that would have shuffled everybody around. So yeah, that would have been it. Right, let's talk about the next race, which is Bathurst. I think I'm going to make your race for 90 minutes. I don't know what I'm going to do with your fuel
I think that's
yet.
normal for this.
Is it normal for this?
80 is TCR, 90 is V8.
Okay, right, okay. Yeah, it's going to be. Well, it's gonna be. What's it going to be? It's going to be a winter race in Bathurst, isn't it? Because at this point in the year,
yeah,
they're
but
in winter.
Australian winter is basically our summer. So
Yes, that's very true. Yeah, yeah. It won't be quite as
always in one.
track melty temperatures. I mean, this was hot, wasn't it? This was
I mean, yeah,
40
this
odd
was
degrees.
hot as.
Yeah.
Well, the track temp early on was 50 degrees
Was it? Missed that.
in
Right, okay.
practice. Yeah,
Oh,
it dropped to
right.
about 45-ish by the start of the first race.
Yeah,
It was
that's what I
dropping,
saw.
so-
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But that's
so-
still hot. That's like last week hot. So
yeah, too right.
next week hot apparently. So
yeah. Anybody you want to shout out to? Obviously not the fuel calculator for tonight's
No, that
performances, because
was
you're going to be
me.
right up
I
there
didn't-
straight away.
That was an organic problem on my side. Problem exists between Simrig and Chair or whatever.
Yeah.
Pebcac.
Yeah.
But,
Picnic.
all that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, shout out to the we have a bunch of new guys here. Welcome. Hopefully we do manage to attract some more. I think this a little bit flew under the radar.
Yeah.
To be honest, and
Yeah,
I probably should have like shouted it out on Wednesday or done something to just remind everyone. Because it was a bit like, oh God, that's this week, sort of on Thursday. So
yeah, there's a lot of focus on
hopefully-
TCR though, isn't there, at the minute?
yeah. But yeah, hopefully it picks up as we go through. Although, as I say, we've had races, 8, 10, 12 cars in the V8s. I remember one at Cota in particular that was like one of the best races ever. So,
Oh yeah. You don't need massive fields in the V8. You really don't. I mean, even tonight was, it was dramatic, arguably maybe for the wrong reasons, and we ended up with a yellow. But it meant that several of the superfast were at the wrong end of the queue, and they had to make their way forward, and that was dramatic. It's
yeah,
honestly, watching the broadcast back is going to be great for everybody.
and it worked with the strategy for that as well, because obviously the top up was the play here.
Right. Yeah.
Because that would have eased my issue in terms like I was short by the amount that it would have topped up even after one lap. So.
Okay, got you.
But yeah, anyway. Also, I got the best start ever. I just want to point that out.
You did get a proper launch.
It was a pretty. It was a peach of a start. But yeah, no, shout out to you for organising it all, of course.
Thank you.
Shout out to Wobbly for not being here, thus improving the broadcast.
Excellent. You're my new favourite racer.
And yeah, looking forward to Bathurst and beyond. Isn't that a shop in America? Oh, no, it's Bed Bath and Beyond.
No, well said. And we look forward to seeing you on Bathurst in a fortnight's time. Jamie Wilson, everybody.
Cheers, Pete.
Right then, and in his usual slot, because obviously I'm trying to keep him awake as long as possible, is Vincent Skilbeck. G'day.
Afternoon. Evening.
Yeah. What are we? We're evening. That means you must be morning.
Yes, it is morning.
Yeah, good. Right, that's okay. Just making sure. Again, love the paint job. Never change it. That's one of the best ones I've ever seen. Well, your other super shiny one, the gold one, that was also very good. But oh my god, congratulations! What a fantastic pair of performances tonight. Absolutely resplendent. So I know you had some choppy bits in the first one. You finished 9th overall, just outside the class podium. But in the second race, fantastic performance again. You got ahead of Jamie because he ran out of fuel at the end. Got yourself second in class, right behind all the pros. That's more like the Vincent that I know I should be watching. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it was kind of funny this week actually because the first laps I did around Long Beach was yesterday, so
Okay.
I think I did about an hour just trying to work on a setup, and yeah, and then stopped after that and did a few laps in practice tonight when the session started, and yeah, that was all the laps I really had done. So
Well,
yeah, it was pretty good.
That might be the new formula then. Because that's
Quite
gonna
possibly.
yeah. I mean you got home turf next week, home tarmac next week, because it's
Yes.
Bathurst. I mean that's gonna be not next week, the week after. But yeah, that's gonna be home track advantage maybe, especially in the BSTV Cup series that you're racing to dominate. Have you got an answer for the likes of Solomon? Because he had an almost perfect BSTV Cup set of races. He was top of the class in both and deep into the pros. That's not in a rude way. In the second race, do you reckon you've got an answer for him?
I think it might be a little early to tell at the moment, but tonight he had some pretty good pace.
Yeah, he did. He was.
I think I was managing to hold him off at the start of the second race until I kind of just had locking issues at turn 9, which put me into the wall a couple of times. That's how Kenzie got past me before I pitted.
Yeah.
But yeah, start of the season, pace feels good for me. So hoping I can keep that pace going. Just do a bit more practice and see how I go.
Yeah. What's happening with you and Scops at the minute, or are you having a Scops year off, or are you still in the thick of it?
And I'm still running Scops. I'm now not as fast as I used to be. I'm only now barely qualifying into the second split of Scops, which is kind of annoying me, but I think it's just this car. I'm still not used to it.
It is very different,
And
though,
still
isn't it?
haven't.
In
It's
a lot of
very,
different
very
ways.
different.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it doesn't kill you quite as quickly is both a good thing
Yeah.
and a bad thing at the same time, because with the other cars, you treated it like your granny's best china. You were scared to touch the steering wheel at times, and that made for a different type of racing, didn't it? It was almost nervous racing that you either got good at or you didn't. And when you did get good at it, it was just like, oh my god, this is brilliant. I managed to get through a race without killing myself. And this one's do you think it feels a more muted car?
For me, it feels like it drives a lot more from the rear, which is something I don't like in my cars.
Okay.
But when the car first came out, my first thought when I first drove it was it feels more like the Gen 1s, the ones like after the FG Falcon.
Yeah. I
It
like the
felt a lot,
Falcon. I love the Falcon.
it felt, yeah, a lot like the VF and the FG
Yeah.
supercars. But then they've changed it a little bit, and yeah, it is definitely different. The more setup work I do with the AI, we're getting better. And I think we've found a window now that I'm good at. So yeah, I'll just stick with it and see how I go.
Well, from what I've seen, it's definitely working at the start of this season. You're going to be right. Well, where are you? Because the points will have updated by now. Because I've got it on the
It'll probably
automatic stuff. Where am I? There. So if I go
probably
to
P8 maybe.
BSTV Cup, you are. Where are you? Oh, it's not updated yet. Okay. I might have to manually trigger that. I'm busy looking at it, and everybody's at 0. I'm like, yeah, that's not worked. Oh, actually, if I do this, does that work? Does that work if I do that? No, it doesn't. So yeah, that's not working yet. So I don't know. In that case, we'll just have to guess. We'll say you're like 5th, 4th. Let's go 4th. I think you're 4th. But no, great racing this evening, and great to see you. It sounds like you've had fun tonight just by the way that you're talking, so that's good. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice for Mount Panorama?
Yeah, just you for the broadcast and getting the season up and running again. It's good that the series is still running. It's really, really good. Everyone that turned up tonight and all potentials that may turn up throughout the season. It's really good to see that we've still got a core group of people that are still turning up at starts of seasons and continuing on. And yeah, thanks for everyone for the good race tonight. It was fun being at the front for once. Not too much that I've been up there, but when I'm up there, it's good fun racing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been riveting watching your race tonight. I'm sure you'll enjoy the broadcast back because you're in most of it. Yeah, we look forward to a fortnight's time when we go to Mountain Panorama, and obviously you're going to win it because it's home track advantage. I've got 10.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I've got 10 pictures of the king on you for the next race. So don't let me down. Don't let me down. Vincent Skilbeck, everybody.
Yeah, catch you guys next round, and good luck to everyone in Spa 24 next week.
Yeah, good shout. Good shout. Cheers, Vincent.
See ya.
Right, folks. Let me. I'm the only one with a vote because I'm the only one in the booth. So nobody said anything on the chat, did they? About driver of the meeting. You're not allowed to vote for yourselves. I've had that happen once. All right. It was me getting punted that promoted Ant up a chunk. Okay. Good donations for positions there, Jeff. Okay, so right, driver of the meeting. This is an interesting one. I did like what Vincent did in race 2. Race 1, he was 9th overall, 4th in class. Fitz Solomon, that's a strong showing tonight. And very, very, a very good start to the season. He's going to benefit from the points. I'm gonna do something wild, right? Because some of the overtakes I saw from Tony Klusterman were some of the best I've seen for a lot of races, and I do hundreds of these, as you already know. So based on the fact that he did a number of really good overtakes, didn't lose his head, didn't quit or anything like that, my vote for driver of the meeting is going Tony Klusterman's way. It was just great car behaviour. I know he got caught up in some stuff at the start of the first and I think the second races, I'm not sure. But very, very strong overtaking skills. Shows that he's got that racing instinct fully tuned in. So I'm going to vote for Tony Klusterman. And I'm going to go and do my vote now. Where's the thing? There it is. Do this. Because if I don't do it now, I will forget. Let's face it. Not the brightest bulb in the shop, am I? Right. And do a bit of this, and there we go. So, right, you already know that in a fortnight's time we're going to Bathurst for a romp around there with these things. 90 minutes, it should be an absolutely brilliant race. Maybe some more people will attend, but as we've seen tonight, don't need it necessarily. The racing that we get from V8s with this group of people and the new additions, so to the likes of Lars Eric, Richard Lawrence III, Vagard E. Johansson, you've fitted in like a hand in a velvet glove. You really have. The standard of driving was excellent, and looking forward to seeing more of what you guys can do over the rest of this season. It is a summer season, like I said earlier on in the broadcast. I'm not concerned by it. Nobody else should be either. We have endured far smaller grids than this and had great races as a result. So, feeling very good about this season, very positive about it, and looking forward to the rest of it. So, I'm going to bring this broadcast to a close and say, don't forget about tomorrow's TCR ABS Academy session that Jamie runs. That is introducing TCR racers to not using ABS, not using one of the driving aids, because into the season 26 of TCR Challenge Cup, we will not use it. And it'll be ever so slightly more like these cars, but with the go wheels at the wrong end of the car, you could argue. Don't forget that on Wednesday we're racing at somewhere else for TCR Challenge Cup. Even though I set up the session earlier, I've now forgotten where it is. I am that good at life. So I'm going to go and find. I don't know. Let me go and find out where that is for you. Oh, cheers, Mosport. Thanks, Jeff. Love you. I like the first one actually, Most Spotty. That sounds really good, but Most Sport's good too. Yeah, take care, everybody. Stay well hydrated, as Jay often reminds you in this hot weather, because in the UK we're going into another heat wave. Stay safe. See you next time, which will be on Wednesday for a broadcast for TCR Challenge Cup, and looking forward to it. Night, everybody.